Hi, this is Drew Jones of Drew's Guitar Shop in Seattle, Washington, and I just got done working on a pretty unique instrument. This was an instrument that came in on trade from a long-time customer, and he thought it looked cool. I think it looks cool. At some point, somebody took this Japanese-made bass and put a cool snake on it. It's the snake bass. At least that's what me and my friends have been calling it. So I just got this set up today and did a whole bunch of other work that I'll talk about in a minute, but the tone out of this thing is pretty good. I want to play it for you. Now, I'm not really a bass player, so I'm going to play like the thing that every novice bass player plays when they pick up a bass, so forgive me. If you buy the bass, you can save it from this horrible fate of me playing this same riff over and over and over and on it until, you know, time ends. So, things I like about it, the neck is really comfortable. It's wide, which I happen to really like on basses. I happen to really like, kind of like wide necks on most things. I feel like it's just easier to play, it's more comfortable. Yeah, it's simple, it's basic, and I kind of like basic. It's got one pickup, one volume, one tone. At some point somebody installed a thumb rest on this guy. I play with my thumb because I'm a guitar player and I finger pick on guitar and I use my thumb a lot. But if you are a bass player and you're used to using your fingers, this is a nice comfy place to rest your thumb. So things that I did to this bass were installing a custom carved bone nut. So this is a bone nut that started off as a blank and has been, you know, custom carved to fit this bass specifically. I went ahead and did a level crown and polish on the frets. So the frets play as well as a professionally done fret job. These frets are perfectly flat and they look shiny and they're gorgeous, and they play nicely. They've been crowned and just, you know, all around a good playing surface. Some other things that I did were to install a full pocket shim. Full pocket shims are important for avoiding certain neck problems that can come down the road if you just use like a simple slip shim. Namely in that the end of the fretboard can start kind of coming up as the neck curves, along with the pressure from the screws and that slip shim. This prevents that from happening, keeps good contact between the neck and the body, and it's all around kind of a better way to do that. Another things that I did were the output jack on this was from the 70s and it was from Japan. It was probably the stock one, so it wasn't necessarily the best, and I went ahead and installed a new output jack that will be reliable for years and years and years. And I installed shielding in the cavity to cut down on an EM interference from things like radio sources, light sources, and you know, whatever happens to be around. I don't know if you've ever taken your cell phone and like held it up to your guitar, but once in a while you can hear that little bit of interference come through. Shielding helps prevent that sort of noise from coming through. So that's a largely good thing. So this thing has been improved, you know, above and beyond what it was stock, and I happen to think that it started off being a pretty decent instrument for, you know, definitely better than some of the basses that I've seen come through here. I like the fact that it's got a solid wood body. I think that it's a basswood body. It's pretty light, which I also really like, and it's got a maple neck, maple fretboard. Fretboard is separate from the neck. It's not just one piece, which actually adds some stability to the neck. So that's a good thing. And as far as anything else on here, all the rest of it is original. There is a little red truss rod cover that has a cool little S on it that I totally forgot to throw on this thing before I shot this video, but it will be on it in the photos that will be linked in the description for the ad. So anyway, the snake bass. If you're interested in the snake bass, there's a link to the ad for the snake bass in the description for this video. And if you'd like, you can order it if it's still available. And you know, I'm always happy to show people around the shop if you're in Seattle. I do repairs, I do setup work, I do structural repairs. I basically do anything that you could need as far as guitar work goes. And so I'm always happy to get calls for that sort of thing too. So this has been Drew Jones of Drew's Guitar Shop. Hope you enjoyed this video.